on this dark day, as the shadows deepen, we come to be present with Jesus, with the glory of Palm Sunday behind us and the victory of Easter not yet come. We will sit together in this space with our broken hearts. In this world that is at once beautiful and holy and tragic, we seek to be present with all who suffer. In the dark valleys of life, when sorrow threatens to overwhelm, we long for a safe and sacred space to sit with our grief and our questions. Jesus Christ, holy friend, we know that you are here with us. Let us be here with you. Amen. First station, Jesus is condemned to death. Jesus, you stand all alone before Pilate. Nobody speaks up for you. Nobody helps defend you. You devoted your entire life to helping others, listening to the smallest ones, caring for those who were ignored by others. They don't seem to remember that as they prepare to put you to death. Sometimes I feel alone. Sometimes I feel that others don't stand up for me and defend me when I'm afraid. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm treated fairly. Other times I feel abandoned, afraid. Sometimes I feel blamed for things unfairly. I have a hard time when people criticize me at home or at work. Help me be grateful for what you did for me. Help me to accept criticism and unfairness as you did and not complain. Help me pray for those who have hurt me. My Jesus, save me by your death from that which I have so often deserved. Second station, Jesus carries his cross. Jesus, as you accepted your cross, you knew you would be carrying it to your death on Calvary. You knew it wouldn't be easy, but you accepted it and carried it just the same. Sometimes I don't like the problems that come my way. Sometimes I try to get others to take care of them or solve them for me. Sometimes I become upset and grumpy when I'm asked to do even the smallest thing to help others. Sometimes I feel like I'm not appreciated. Sometimes I feel as if I accept more responsibility than I need to. I can feel sorry for myself, even though the crosses others carry are much larger than my own. In my self-pity, I don't reach out to help. My Jesus, who by your own will did take on yourself the most heavy cross I have made for you by my sins, will make me feel their heavy weight and weep for them ever while I live. Third station, Jesus falls the first time. Jesus, the cross you have been carrying is very heavy. You are becoming weak and almost ready to faint, and you fall down. Nobody seems to want to help you. The soldiers are interested in getting home, so they yell at you and try to get you up and moving again. Sometimes I start to do something, but then get tired of it. I hurry to get finished and sometimes don't do my work well. Sometimes I don't pay attention to what I should be doing. When things get hard for me, I sometimes give up. I sometimes put things off. I give up too easily, and sometimes don't do my work as well as I know I can. My Jesus, the heavy burden of my sins is on you and bears you down under the cross. I hate them. I despise them. I call on you to pardon them. May your grace help me never more to commit them.
When you come
fourth station, Jesus meets his mother. Jesus, you feel so alone with all those people yelling and screaming at you. You don't like the words they are saying about you, and you look for a friendly face in the crowd. You see your mother. She can't make the hurting stop, but it helps to see that she is on your side, that she is suffering with you. She does understand and cares. Sometimes I feel like too many things are going on. Sometimes others insult me and call me names. I need to look around me for a friendly face and for the help I need. I need to share my troubles with those who truly care about me. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed by many things. Life is so competitive, and I worry so much about my future and those who have some control over it. I need to remember that I do not need to solve every problem all by myself. I need to look around me for a friendly face, for the help I need. Jesus of great suffering, Mary, Mother, most sorrowful, if by my sins I caused you pain and suffering in the past, by God's assisting grace it shall be so no more. Rather be my love from now on till the end of my days. Fifth station, Simon of Cyrene helps Jesus to carry his cross. Jesus, the soldiers are becoming impatient. This is taking longer than they wanted it to. They're afraid you won't make it to the hell where you will be crucified. As you grow weaker, they grab a man out of the crowd and make him help carry your cross. He was just watching what was happening, but all of a sudden, he is helping you carry your cross. Sometimes I see people who need my help. Sometimes I pretend not to hear when someone asks me for help. I disappear when I know others could use my help. Sometimes I try to do as little as I can and still get by. Others might need my help, but I ignore their needs. Even when I am asked to help, I sometimes claim to be too busy. My Jesus, blessed was he who helped you to bear the cross. Blessed too shall be I, if I help you to bear the cross. Be patiently bowing my neck to the crosses you will send me during life. My Jesus, give me grace to do so. 6th station. Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. Jesus, suddenly a woman comes out of the crowd. Her name is Veronica. You can see how she cares for you as she takes a cloth and begins to wipe the blood and sweat from your face. She can't do much, but she offers what little help she can. Sometimes I know someone could use a little help and understanding. They may be picked on or teased by others, or just sad or lonely. Sometimes I feel bad that others don't step in to help, but I don't help either. I notice the needs around me. Sometimes my own family members need my attention, and I don't even seem to notice. Sometimes a co-worker, friend, or family could use help or understanding, but I don't reach out to help in case I'll be criticized or that they demand more of me than I'd like to give. My tender Jesus, who imprinted your sacred face upon the cloth with which Veronica wiped the sweat from off your brow, imprint in my soul deep, I pray, the lasting memory of your bitter pains. Seventh station, Jesus falls the second time. This is the second time you have fallen on the road. As the cross grows heavier and heavier, it becomes more difficult to get up. But you continue to struggle and try until you're up and walking again. You don't give up. Sometimes things get me down. Others seem to find things easier to do or to learn. Each time I fail, I find it harder to keep trying. Sometimes I think I should know more than I do. I become impatient with myself and find it hard to believe in myself when I fail. It is easy to despair over small things, and sometimes I do. Help me when things seem difficult for me. Even when it's hard, help me get up and keep trying as you did. Help me do my best without comparing myself with others. My Jesus, often I have sinned, and often by sin beaten you to the ground beneath the cross. Help me to use your grace that I may never fall again. Eighth station. Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem. Jesus, as you carry your cross, you see a group of women along the road. As you pass by, you see they are sad. You stop to spend a moment with them, to offer them some encouragement. Although you've been abandoned by your friends and are in pain, you stop and try to help them. Sometimes I think a lot about myself. I think about what I want and like people to spend their lives pleasing me. Sometimes I act like a child. I become so absorbed in myself and what I like that I forget about the needs of others. I take them for granted and often ignore their needs. Help me think more about others. Help me remember that others have problems too. Help me respond to them even when I'm busy or worried about my own problems. My Jesus, who comforted the good women of Jerusalem who wept when they saw you bruised and torn, comfort my soul with your tender pity. For in your pity lies my trust. May my heart ever answer yours. Ninth station. Jesus falls a third time. Jesus, your journey has been long. You fall again under your cross. You know your journey is coming to an end. You struggle and struggle. You get up and keep going. Sometimes I fail, time and time again. I find it hard to get along with members of my family. Sometimes I'm not honest. Sometimes I'm lazy. I'm tempted to stop trying. It's just too hard sometimes. I often feel I should have conquered my weaknesses by now. I become discouraged when I'm confronted by the same problems over and over again. Sometimes I get tired. When I have health problems, I can become discouraged and depressed. Help me think of the cross you carried. Help me continue to hope that I can make the changes in my life I need to. You didn't give up. I can have the strength to get up again as well. My Jesus, by all the bitter despairs you endured, when for the third time the heavy cross pushed you to the ground, never, I beg you, let me fall again into sin. My Jesus, do not let me ever offend you again. 10th station. Jesus' clothes are taken away. The soldiers notice that you have something of value. They remove your cloak and throw dice for it. Your wounds are torn open again. Some of the people in the crowd make fun of you. They tease you and challenge you to perform a miracle for them to see. They're not aware that you'll be performing the greatest miracle of all. Sometimes I'm tempted to repeat stories I know are unclean and disrespectful. I sometimes try to act tough or show off by using crude and bad words. Sometimes I repeat stories that are disrespectful of others. I can entertain thoughts that are not clean. Sometimes I give others a bad example to follow. Help me to keep myself pure and clean. Help me say things that build up the people around me. Help me overcome worldly desires that I may become more like you. Help me set a good example for others to follow. My Jesus, stripped of your garments and drenched in gore, strip me of love for things of earth and make me despise all that tastes of the world and sin. Eleventh station. Jesus is nailed to the cross. You are stretched out on the cross you have carried so far. The soldiers take big nails and drive them into your hands and feet. You feel abandoned by the people you loved so much. People seem to have gone mad. You've done nothing but good, yet they drive nails through your hands and feet. Sometimes I hurt others. Sometimes I join with friends and decide not to like another. We gang up against another and cause them hurt and pain. Sometimes I say or do hurtful things to my brothers and sisters. I wonder what they'd think about themselves if they believed everything I told them about themselves. Sometimes I discriminate against others. Even without thinking, I judge others because of their color, intelligence, income level, or name. I forget that I am to live as a brother or sister to all people. Sometimes I use harsh words when I speak to my family members. I can find it easy to look for something that isn't very important and make it very important. Help me look again at people around me. Help me see the hurt and pain I have caused in others. Be with me to help me make amends for the harm I have done. My Jesus, by your agony when the cruel nails pierced your tender hands and feet and fixed them to the cross. Make me feel sorry for my wrongs. Twelfth station. Jesus dies on the cross. As Jesus hung on the cross, he forgave the soldiers who had crucified him and prayed for his mother and friends. Jesus wanted all of us to be able to live forever with God, so he gave all he had for us. Jesus, let me take a few moments now to consider your love for me. Help me thank you for your willingness to go to your death for me. Help me express my love for you. My Jesus, 3 hours you hung in agony and then died for me. Let me live for your love and faithful service. Thirteenth station. The body of Jesus is taken down from the cross. Jesus, how brutally you were put to death. How gently you are taken from the cross. Your suffering and pain are ended, and you are put in the lap of your mother. The dirt and blood are wiped away, and you are treated with love. Sometimes I treat others better when they're sad or in pain. When somebody dies, I become very gentle and kind. I notice the good and kind things people say about those who have died. I seem to be kinder when someone dies. If only I could learn to see the good things about them while they were alive. If only I would tell those around me how much I love them while I still have the opportunity to do so. Help me look for the good in those around me, especially those I love the most. Help me live this day as if it were the last. Help me become a more gentle and loving person through my greater appreciation for those around me. O Mary, Mother most sorrowful, the sword of grief pierced your soul when you saw Jesus lying lifeless on your bosom. Find for me hatred of sin, because sin killed your Son and wounded your own heart. Give me grace to live a Christian life and save my soul. Fourteenth station. Jesus is laid in the tomb. Jesus, your body is prepared for burial. Joseph gave you his own tomb. He laid your body there and rolled a large stone in front of it. Then he went home. What a sad day it was for so many people. Sometimes I try to keep everything for myself. I find it hard to share my things with my family and with my friends. I can be selfish too. I can accumulate things and keep them for myself. I try to make sure I have what I want before I share what I have with anybody else. Help me think of Joseph of Arimathea, who risked his own life as he accepted Jesus' body for burial. Help me think of how Joseph loved Jesus so much that he gave him his own tomb. My Jesus, let me live for you so that one day I will be with you in heaven and share the fruits with you, the fruits of your passion and your bitter death.
Spirit